Gemma, and today I'm going to read one of my humorous short stories for children. It was previously published in school magazine Orbit in 1997. King Wayne is History by Gemma. King Wayne Rockhead was the king of Brownland. He was very young, but he was allowed to rule provided he behaved himself. Brownland had many factories. One of them, Whiz Zoom Incorporated, made cars and all sorts of flying machines. The owners liked King Wayne, so they gave him a shiny red racing car. King Wayne loved it. His chauffeur would drive him wherever he wanted to go, shopping or to visit his friends or to watch the polo, or round and round Hazy, the capital city of Brownland. Sometimes King Wayne looked out his back window and noticed that the smoke from his car made people in the streets cough. He felt quite upset. One day when he was reading one of the glossy magazines that were delivered free to the palace, he discovered that some scientists had invented a car that ran on hydrogen and made water instead of smoke. He immediately rang the owners of Whiz Zoom Incorporated and asked if they could make him a hydrogen car. They said no, because it would cost too much money. Their cars were so cheap they were selling lots all around the country. Instead, they would give him a lovely silver rocket plane which would take him anywhere in the world he wanted to go in around about 5 minutes. King Wayne was delighted. As soon as his rocket plane was delivered, he got his pilots to fly him to Hawaii for a swim, then to Kenya to see some elephants, then to Hong Kong to buy some electronic equipment, then to Sri Lanka for a cup of tea, then to Switzerland to do some skiing, then to France for a drink of mineral water, and then to Holland for some cheese. After all this, he was tired, so he just told the pilots to fly round and round the world while he watched videos. By the time King Wayne was ready to go home to bed, the whole world was covered in grey smoke. He wondered why. He told one of the pilots to ring the EPA and find out. The EPA said that the reason why the world was covered in smoke was because King Wayne had been flying round and round it in his rocket plane. King Wayne felt quite upset. When he got home, he rang the owners of Whiz Zoom Incorporated and asked them if they could make him a rocket plane which made less smoke. They said no. This would cost too much money. Their rocket planes were so cheap that they would soon be selling them all around the world. Instead, they would give him a really super, gleaming gold spaceship. King Wayne was so excited. He would love to go and visit other planets. He and his astronauts headed for Jupiter. When the spaceship took off, it made so much thick smoke that the whole world was covered in it and nearly everyone died. King Wayne went for a walk on Mars. He thought it was great, but there was nothing much there, so it wasn't long before he got sick of it and told his astronauts to fly him somewhere else. They went to Jupiter and Saturn, and King Wayne was very excited at first, but there were no shops or anything, and after a while he was ready to go home. As he and his astronauts were coming back towards Earth, they saw that it was deeply covered in thick black smoke. King Wayne rang the EPA on his special gold space phone to find out why. There was nobody alive there, so he had to ring around for some time before he found someone who could answer. He then discovered that the smoke had come from his spaceship. He felt quite upset. He rang the owners of Whiz Zoom Incorporated. It took him a long while to track them down because they had moved into a bigger factory with nice chandeliers in the offices. He asked them if they could build him a spaceship that made thinner smoke. The owners of Whiz Zoom Incorporated said no, it would cost too much money. They could make gold spaceships very cheaply and were going to earn a lot of money selling them to rich people still alive in other countries, and maybe even to beings from outer space. Instead, they would give him a super hyper mega spaceship which was bigger and grander, with a tennis court and a restaurant in it. King Wayne was completely thrilled, and he couldn't wait to pick up his new spaceship. When he and his astronauts landed, they leapt out without their gas masks on and breathed up the smoke and died. When the owners of Whiz Zoom Incorporated heard about this, they realised that there was no one left to rule Brownland but them. They laughed and laughed and laughed. They started moving into the palace straight away. On the way over, they felt so happy they forgot to wear their gas masks. They ran and jumped and danced and died. The end.